Hello and welcome back to the Penny Collector. Today I'm doing 5 more rolls of wheat pennies. These are ones that were pre-searched by our local shop person who sold these for very cheap so that I could look for unusual defects and things that people tend to miss. So I am excited to go through these 5 rolls and see what could be hiding inside of these as a treasure of a defect. Initial view shows us, looks like a bunch of 40s and 50s, maybe something older. But other than that, that's all I see. Okay, let's see what we can find. Okay, that one I thought that's initially older, I was right. It is a 28, and next to it is a 36, so good, we've got some older coins in this one. All right, I'm excited for this roll. Yeah, we're starting strong with the early coins. So the third one is a 1920. And on the back, across the top, if you can see it, is a lamination error. Let's go ahead and put it under the microscope. So, as you can see, it's a lamination error because it peels up rather than a scratch or a gouge in it. You can see how it's peeling up. Yeah, cool. Lamination error, first one in this one. So far, it's been all pre-40s. So here we've got a 1919, and the ones before that were a 34 and a 37. Let's hope that trend continues for a while before it hits these 50s and 40s that I can see over here. Yeah, keep getting old ones. So I've gone through over half the roll, and there were quite a few, and they were mostly like 1937, and then a few other things. And then it started mixing in with the 50s here, but still occasionally going back into the 20s and 30s. What I really think is going on here is this, because this was originally part of somebody's collection they brought in and sold to the shop, you're probably getting sections where they were all organized and the shop owner kind of went through it, and then when he threw them in rolls, they were kind of still somewhat organized, but also just thrown in. So that's why we're getting these sections that are like 30s and some 20s. And just wanted to show you, also got a 1917. So something I haven't been doing quite right is I need to be using a better term. I keep saying like mistakes and defective coins. What I really should just be using term-wise is error coins. That's probably a better all-inclusive term to basically just say any kind of error that happens to the coin, whether it's lamination, cud, misstrike, doubled impressions, whatever it's going on. I'm just going to use the term error from now on. I think that's just a better use. Anyway, this coin has 2 errors on it. 2 kind of minor ones. So the first one is, if you look here, this is another lamination error. Sorry, let me bring it in closer. So here's a lamination error across the back of it. It basically makes this kind of grooved raised portion. And then on the front, we've got a small cut inside of the 9, which is very common, especially in these older ones, to have these little cuts. But anyway, I just thought it was cool. The coin had 2 defects on it. Okay, here we have a 1951 Denver, and it looks like we might have a hint of something there and there. This is a tough one. Hard to tell if it's a repunchment mark or not, especially since it's so dirty. See, this could just be the dirt we're seeing, but maybe. So normally I don't do this, but I might try and clean this off just a little bit. Just kind of scrub it a little bit, just to see. Like I say, normally don't do this, but I'm just because I don't know if this is one, and if it isn't, then it doesn't matter. And if it is, to be able to see it, you kind of need to do something about it. So I'm going to try and just clean it just a little bit. Okay, all I did was wash it off a little bit with soap and water. And it still is there, at least the outer one still is there. The inner one, you know, that's really hard to clean, so I don't know. But it does look like it does have a shape there. And I went onto the website, and if we take a quick look at that. It does look very similar to that. So it could very well be that repunched mint mark. It might also not be, because it's hard to tell when they're dirty. They're just hard to tell. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it just because it might be. And that's it for roll 1. Just finished. So not bad. Several older coins that are good dates from the teens, 20s, and 30s. two lamination errors, one with a cut on the 9, and then the potential 51D repunchment mark, but a very, very weak minor one that, like I said, is so hard to tell whether or not it's actually a repunchment mark. Okay, roll number 2. And we've already got 2 still cents, so that's exciting. One that looks nice, a few that look like they might be old. This is looking like a really good one. Cross our fingers we can get an error coin in one of these, on one of these coins. Okay, I'm looking at a 1958 Denver here, and when I saw it I was like, what the, are those like weird scratches or something? Or is that possibly some kind of a repunchment mark? I was like, I don't know. So I went to the Variety Vista website, and lo and behold, it is a repunchment mark variety. Look at that. Just as we see it. I'll go back to it really quick. And there we go. That is so cool. So that is repunchment mark number 17 of the 1958 Denvers. That is so cool. Nice find. This roll so far has been amazing. I'm just 2 coins after that 58D with the repunchment mark, and we've got this 57 Denver. It's really shiny, so my camera's having a hard time seeing it. But do you see that? Look at that. And then the weird little hook right there. But that right there, I was like, huh, I wonder if that's a repunchment mark. Well, let's go to the website. Oops, that's not what I meant to hit. There we go. And I was looking at this one, and, well, hey, here's something that has something at the bottom. And right here as well. And on top of that, oh look, it has a die chip next to the E on 1 cent on the back. Well, why don't we go do that? So I'm going to flip the coin around and take a look at the E on 1 cent. Oh, look at that. There it is. It's right there. It also says on the T on cent, it has a little bit on the upper right of the T, and you can kind of see that there as well. But the E on one is really the telltale giveaway. Well, there it is. I'm going to flip the coin back around. A 1957 Denver repunchment mark, and I think it was number 7. Yeah, really cool. Another repunchment mark. And that's it for roll number 2. So a really good roll. We got the 2 repunched mint marks, a nice stack of older teens and 20s that I thought might be worth keeping, and then 2 still cents, although they're in horrible condition. They are steel pennies, but by far the big wins were these 2 repunched mint marks. Excellent. Okay, let's go on to roll number 3. Can it compete with roll number 2? Here we go, roll number 3. I don't see any steel pennies, but I do see some that look a little older, so looking pretty good. And just quickly to talk a little bit about the last one, I did get a 1919S, a couple of 20s, and a 26. I think those were the kind of the main ones. But anyway, I thought maybe I should share with you some of the older dates when I do find them. So I'm most of the way through this roll and I haven't found anything yet, but I just thought I'd bring you in. So there you go, a good old classic cud where it breaks out a little bit in the 9. It's very common. But it also had it on the B in Liberty. See, the lower part of the B also had that part break out and fill in with copper. So it was just fun. It had 2 on the same one. So here we have a 1953 Denver, and it has a nice lamination error on the front of the coin here on Lincoln's head. So it's just got this section of lamination, and on the back it's got a little bit of a die crack or break on the letter T. See that, where it's got extra material on the T? So that's pretty cool. A couple of things going on this coin. Nice. And that's the end of roll 3. So yeah, I didn't have much, just that one that isn't that great with the lamination on the head and the little die crack cut on the T. But yeah, I felt like keeping it. So that's a more normal search, is when you don't find much. It's that last roll that was really unusual that had a lot of good stuff. Well, let's go on to roll 4. Can't be any worse than roll 3. Okay, I actually just found something. So this is a 1944 Denver, and this is another one just for reference, so I can show you. So if I look at this 1944 you might notice something along the forehead. See how it has like this double line going down the front? And that'll continue if you keep following it. You'll see it there again on the chin and even further down here. So you can see that double line running through. And you'll even see it go up along the top of his head too, right there. Now if you look really closely at the eye, you'll see this extra line right there as well. Now unfortunately right here has been damaged, so if there was some kind of doubling appearance there, it's been lost. Now there also should be some doubling on the date, but as you can see, the date has seen better days. So if it had some doubling there, it's kind of been lost. Anyway, I want to go back to here because this is where it's the most prevalent. So the doubling there on the eye and across the front. Now let me go to a regular 1944. So here we have another 1944 Denver, and if we go here, you will see nothing, right? There's no extra line running across here. There's no extra line there. So this is a doubled die. Let me pull it back here. So this is a 1944D doubled die. The difficulty is because it is not in good condition. It's been hard trying to identify which one, but I think I may have found it. I believe it is the 002. And the reason I think so is this picture right here. It seems to have the closest look to the one I have, where it has on the eye there and across the front. Now, if you look at the other parts, the coin has to be in better condition to see that doubling. You can see some doubling there on the 4s, but my coin isn't in that good condition, so you can't tell that, unfortunately. And there's die gouges on the nose, which, of course, it's been too worn for me to be able to see that either. So I have to just kind of go off of that part right there. So yeah, see, it's all worn. So it's a double die. I'm just not sure which one. And that's the end of roll 4. So just one thing, that 1944D double die. Not a strong one, not a great double die, but it is one. Good find. Okay, last roll, roll number 5. Can we find anything else? And here we are, roll number 5. Nothing special that I can see, but that doesn't mean much. Okay, got something strange going on here. Hopefully you can see that. It's a 1947 D or S, but something happened to it. Whether it was in the production or afterward, like it went through, like, I don't know, some kind of acid bath or something. So here's Lincoln. Oh, sorry, let me get you in a better. So he's got, so that's his face. Okay, I'm going to start over here in Liberty. So this is what Liberty looks like. All right, there's the word in. That's supposed to be, here, let me get it up here. So that's supposed to be G-O-D. There's the we. T-R-U-S-T. And then if we go down to the date, there's the 1-9. That's supposed to be the 4 and the 7. And the mint mark, which is a D or an S. Yeah, I don't know what happened to this one. If anybody knows what happened to this coin, was this during the minting process or was this afterward? I am not familiar with this. What happened to this? There's the face of Lincoln. There's his chin. There's his tie. What is going on? I'll hold on to it just in case it was something that did happen during the minting process. Oh, let me show you the back side. So, backside we got the same thing going on. Not as extreme as the front, but yeah. Yeah, if anybody can tell me what's going on, that would be great. Okay, I've got an interesting one here. So it's a 1945 Denver, and it looks like it's got doubling along the front of the face, and it looks to me like there's a doubled eye portion right there. The difficult thing here is I couldn't match it with any of the existing ones on the website. So most of the ones on the website seem to have the eye doubling kind of in a downward position. So for example, okay, I wasn't there. Okay, so you can see there, kind of in a down position, down position there. So I couldn't match it with anything here. So maybe, maybe not. Like I said, all there really is going for it is that little portion and then this. There's not really anything else on the coin, so I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. And that's it for roll number 5. So just those two interesting coins, the really weird deformed one, and then the maybe doubled die, very, very weak. All right, let's do a recap on what we found. And here we go. This was a pretty good day. So the really weird really weird one. 2 lamination error ones, one on the back, one on the front on the head. The one that had a cut on the 9 as well as on the T on the back. The 2 potential double dies with Lincoln's face. The 44 that looks a lot more probable. The 45 that, I don't know. These 2 weak repunchment mark potentials that I think they're just really weak. The 58D that was really cool, that cool repunchment mark. A nice stack of older ones that I'm going to keep. And 2 nice steel pennies. Oh, not nice. 2 toasty steel pennies. Not bad. Pretty good day. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.